We are nearing the end of the year. I'm sure many people are feeling burnt out, just physically and emotionally depleted, just ready to collapse. I know I speak for both of you when I say this. We're joined by a doctor this morning, a psychiatrist by the name of I윤ju from LPJ Mind Health Clinic. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Nice meeting you.
Good morning.
Thank you for inviting me here.
Many people do feel like just collapsing and dropping to the ground, and this is associated with the burnout syndrome. And why are we hearing so much about this syndrome these days?
In modern times, we are just focusing on the product, and we just appreciate the results. So we don't appreciating too much, in the process, and not much of the value of a human being. So we are focused too much, energy drainage to same things, monotonous work. So it gives a lot of burnout symptoms. And so it comes from job, but not primarily from job, but also comes from the homemaker, anybody who overwork but undervalued. How much I thank you for your work. So many people burn out because repetitively do same things like a machine. So we are not human beings. It looks like in a modern lifestyle, it gives us a lot of sense of burnout.
Okay, so it's like a road trip where you're not focusing on the journey, but the destination only. And I think you summed it up well when you said overworked and undervalued. Now, how do you know if you are burnt out? I mean, many people can have these symptoms,
well,
right?
it kind of more comes from your physical sense of exhaustion. So we have some three components of our syndrome. So first of all, exhaustion emotionally and physically, and also kind of attitude of being cynical, like kind of some sensitive, oversensitive, or like in relationships that's not good feeling in relationships, and also some under productivity. You have no efficacy and not much efficiency in our work, in our job, in our relationships, and no motivation for like that.
So we have a little self-test
to
figure
yes.
out, right?
I just figured out the 7 items from 45 items from Psychology Today. So I cannot give you some self-test score at this moment, but I like to just look at this, the items.
Yes.
Right now, you need to go to the doctor.
I'm burnt out.
Yes.
Help me, doctor.
You need to go to the doctor's office. Yes. So at the, for example, at the end of my working day, when you go to sleep and when you go to a bedside, and think about, I found myself feeling emotionally empty and drainage. I am nothing, looks like, I'm nothing like that. So it might be the one side of burnout. And my work is too physically, emotionally demanding. So high expectation and have overwork, like the, demanding. So we cannot say no to anything. So it is kind of one of the side effects of the burnout. And I no longer really care about doing my work well, because usually we need passion, motivation, and goals for your work. But and you got discouraged easily. So many people get, giving you some attack and verbal, some sense of your appreciation, but you get, oh, nobody appreciates me, oh, nobody care about me, nobody,
we care about
make
you.
Nobody cares. So it looks like, you can easily, oh, nobody care about me, so I'm nothing like that. And another one, I feel helpless and hopeless, because it's kind of a differentiation between stress and the burnout. The burnout is kind of more emotional drainage too, so hopeless and helplessness.
Right. But Dr. Lee, I have to cut you there. Most of those symptoms seem really similar to what we find in depression. So how is a burnout syndrome different from depression, and when do we have to see a doctor for professional counseling?
Depression is kind of clinical symptom and illness. You need to go to the doctor because our brain have low level of serotonin. But burnout is not a clinical symptom. It's kind of more syndrome. So sign, signal, you need to do something for yourself and for your body and for your mind. And it's kind of a roadmap. So you need drainage, emptiness. But depression looks like a low energy, but burnout is loss of hope. Goal looks like a more abstract thinking. So you need to think about yourself. If you have no interest, no motivation, no passion, I'm just like drainage, just to work. I have I don't care whatever I can do. So it is burnout syndrome. But clinically, depression is so different. You need a medication like that.
Okay, so we looked at some of the symptoms, and now we're going to take a look at this next report for some of the treatment options for this burnout syndrome.